Well, good morning.
Good morning.
So as we mentioned in our last video, we have a few things that we need to do before we have our framing inspection.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of things we have to get done before we get the framing
Very
inspection. But the most important thing, or maybe the most important thing to us, is to cut this doorway out that we've been tripping over for the last 6 months.
Yeah, we are really excited actually to cut all the doorways out. And like he said, the first one we're going to do is this one here, and then we'll kind of start working on some of the other things that we need to do before we call the inspector.
All right, so we're over here at the door, and we didn't nail this down. And I was actually a little worried that maybe we would have, but we didn't. Looks like we just have a couple screws in here, so I'm just gonna take those screws out, and then we'll just take the saws off, just cut the edges, and should be able to remove it. Ooh, that bit.
Did it break?
Just two.
Ryder is very much enjoying the fact that we are off of the roof. He's been such a happy dog. Yeah? Are you a happy dog?
All right, let's cut this out.
Is that nice?
All right, we're done with all the non-fun ones. Now it's time for the front door. Oh, I'm so excited to get this front door cut open. So let me hit the bottom sill, and then we'll cut the plywood out. All right, I went and got my router, and we actually picked up this bit. If you guys watched the video for us cutting the sheeting out when we lowered our windows down, we tried using a router bit, and it was just a little bit too short of a collar. And so we went and picked this one up, which has a 1-inch long collar, which it makes it a lot easier. And I was grabbing the router out of the bag, and lo and behold, I actually have one in the bag I didn't know about. So we'll just hold on to that one. We won't open it up and see if we could get through all the windows, which are gonna be super exciting. We are not gonna cut our windows out yet. They should be here within a week or so. So that's what we're waiting for. We're gonna leave those all shut up, though Tanya is very, very much excited to cut these windows out. Probably gonna be
Yeah.
your most favorite part.
He has to keep saying, no, we're not gonna cut them out. And I'm like, can we please cut them out?
Even though there's no rain forecasted,
There's
you know,
none.
of course, it would be guaranteed it's gonna rain if we do cut them out.
That would be true. No, I think it would make it just really
Oh.
show us like the light that we will have in
Yeah.
here. And so I'm so excited, but the windows will hopefully be here in the next week or so. And then as soon as they get delivered, I'm telling you, we're gonna come out here and cut them out.
So we'll just throw this in here and set the depth to where it'll cut just the plywood, and then this little ball bearing's gonna ride on the stud that's in there. So you throw this in and we'll see if we can get that going.
Mr. Man, people want to see you. Yeah. Can you sit? Oh, that's a good boy. Are you hot?
Okay, so in order for me to get that router bit inside of through this plywood and inside to ride along this stud, I'm just gonna drill a hole on all four corners of the sheeting, and then that way I could push that router in there and then just ride it along the studs.
Is that supposed to break off?
Yeah, it's supposed to break up.
Is it hot?
It's a little hot, but it's more importantly, where's the little set screw? It's all fixed now, buddy.
Back to good?
Looks good.
Where's this wind coming from?
I think it's from Washington. All right, so now that we have the sill out of here, we can go ahead and waterproof this area so that when we get our slider door, we can go ahead and fill it in. So I actually furred this bottom piece out. Now we're gonna just throw a little piece of scrap of the zip on here, and then we'll grab the tape.
You don't have to be smart. No need to dress up for me to see that you're a good man. You're a good man. A real good man. When the wind blows and the windows are closing, you let the world know what is being held. There's no use in looking back, going back, wishing back. Cutting grass and chopping wood can be romantic. Sipping coffee under the apple tree is gentlemanly. You're a good man, quite the best man, a real fine man.
Okay, so the next thing up on the list here is we need to cut open our accesses for the crawl space. The inspector needs to go down in there, make sure that our joists are on the proper hangers, make sure that we have this pony wall that goes down the whole center of it, make sure it's nailed down. Like all the stuff she needs to inspect, she has to go down there as well. So we need to cut into our floor here. We didn't cut these in because we wanted to have them covered for the winter time, and also when we were framing, we didn't want to have a hole here. So today's the moment of truth. I think I went through and looked at the footage. This is the cool thing about YouTube. And I am pretty sure where I marked these out are 48 inches off this outside wall to 78 inches off this outside wall. But for me to do a really double check, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drill a hole in the center, just a small hole, enough for me to stick my tape measure in there, and then push it over and measure where that actually is so I can get an actual physical measurement, and then we'll transfer it up and see how close we got. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm pretty sure this is about center of where we want, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just put an 1.5 inch hole here.
Well, that's a good sign.
Well, there isn't a stud there, or a joist. Now you see, I nailed it right there, and we were like going, oh no, did we put it in the wrong spot? So obviously I was just trying to get it done and just forgot that there wasn't anything there. So that's cool. All right, step one done. Now, let's see if we can get our tape in here and just enough to where I can put this in. So it looks like it's 15 1/4.
Which is pretty much what your measurement was
So
to.
here is our line. And that is not 15 1/4. See? So 14. So let's double check it again because I'm a little bit.
So, yeah, it would be 14.
So that's about 14 1/2. Maybe a little less. 14 1/2 from right there. So that's pretty close to our 78. So I think that's the edge of the 2-inch floor joist. And so we're gonna go 1 inch past that. We're gonna do the same thing this way, but I'm almost positive that we put the seam in the plywood right where it needed to be. So I'm just gonna cut through the tongue right there, and then we'll cut the sides, and then we'll actually use this hole to actually pick up this access. So it kind of works in our favor to have a hole there anyways. Let's finish marking this out and we'll grab a skill saw. Let's do 32 off of this.
All right, so here comes the scary part, because there's no going back.
No. You gotta be pretty much right.
Yeah, so if we mess up, you guys will see it, so.
There's your trice. Cut one. All right, we've triple checked everything. We actually repopped this line just a little bit over just because I want to miss this nail right here that I shouldn't have nailed, but I did. And we're gonna go ahead and cut it up. Wish us luck.
How you feeling?
Confident. Look, I'm even stepping, actually kneeling on the actual thing. So once I cut through it, if it's wrong, I'm gonna fall through down into the crawl.
You mean if it's right?
If it's right, I won't fall through. If the marks
Oh,
are
yeah.
wrong, I will fall.
All the earwigs coming out. Ugh.
Oh.
So many of them. Now what?
All right, let me grab the oscillator tool and we'll clean up these edges and pull it up.
So it's definitely coming up at where your knees are. When you were doing that, I could see it moving freely. Ooh. Okay, you guys.
We got movement.
We have movement. Nice work, baby. Nice work. Ooh, look at that mold.
maybe we should leave that open, let it air out.
Definitely. So we opened up our crawl space accesses.
Vents.
And now let's leave this open, make sure we block this off so Ryder can't get over here for anything. And though it does look nice and dry down there, so. I think it's just from over the winter, like just getting saturated.
Well, I am thankful for the videos that we make because we were able to look back. We probably would have taken better notes if we weren't actually filming, but thankful for that so that we had like exact measurements in the video. So that's great. Now we have to do the other one in the guest suite. Are you gonna help?
All right, Mr. Man, what does the video say? The video said 10'9" and 12'9" off the east wall. All right. So 10'9", which 12'9". All right, looks like it's centered.
All right, ready to pop our lines and cut it?
Yep. So we didn't nail this. That was nice of us. I talked about dinner to him, and now he's like, "No, stop working. I need a double topper tonight."
And a treat.
Are you ready for a treat? Oh, yeah, it's a treat time. Okay, look out. Over here. Mr. Man? Mr. Man?
Okay, you can sit right there. Yes. Okay. All right, so we got all of our measurements done, and Levi drilled that hole in the center to find center so that we could get the actual measurements. And now we're gonna cut the access for this crawl space out. Should go hopefully as well as the last one did, and then I think we'll be done for today. Ooh, that one's just as moldy though.
All right.
Looks really dry down there
Yeah.
though.
All right, so now that we got that crawl space opened up, we're a little concerned about the moisture that we saw down in there. So what we're gonna do is kind of rig up a box fan here that can pull the dry air from the outside of the house through those vents in the side of our foundation wall and then out this box fan. And I think that that's gonna really help dry it out. I'm also gonna rig up one for the spare bedroom behind the garage here. And that way we can just guarantee that that stuff is gonna dry out. We're just a little bit concerned that there's moisture in there, but we know it's from getting rained on for the whole winter, so that's never going to be an issue again. So I think that this is going to help dry it out. So let me cut this out and then we'll throw it over that hole. Figure out which direction it's supposed to go. There it is.